you over 60 and starting to notice your muscles getting weaker, your balance not as steady, or everyday tasks like climbing stairs or carrying groceries feeling harder than before? You're not alone. Many seniors feel this way and often turn to one quick solution they've been told will fix it: protein powder. The shelves are full of shiny tubs promising bigger muscles and more strength. But here's the truth: you don't need those powders to stop muscle loss. In fact, some of the best ways to rebuild muscle are sitting right in your kitchen. Simple, affordable, everyday foods that work faster and safer than any powder ever could. I am Dr. Sem, and for over 30 years, I've been helping older adults fight muscle loss, stay independent, and live with more energy. And I've seen time and time again that muscle health doesn't come from expensive supplements. It comes from real nutrition, movement, and smart daily habits. That's why today I want to show you the 8 natural foods that can stop muscle loss instantly. But before we dive in, let me explain why I tell my patients to forget protein powder. Protein itself is essential, no question. Your muscles depend on it. The problem is the powders. They're highly processed, often filled with artificial flavors, added sugars, and chemicals that your body doesn't need. Some powders load you with so much protein that your kidneys and liver have to work overtime, which can be risky for seniors. And perhaps most importantly, powders give you protein alone but miss out on the other vital nutrients like calcium, vitamin D, probiotics, omega 3s, and antioxidants that your muscles also need to stay strong. So instead of wasting money on powders, focus on real food. Foods that nourish your body completely, protect your muscles, and give you long lasting strength. And that's exactly what we'll cover today. If this is your first time here, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. Every week, I share science based, practical health tips to help you stay strong, energetic, and independent well into your 60s, 70s, and beyond. Now, let's get started with the 8 real foods that can stop muscle loss instantly. At number 8, let's start with ricotta cheese. This soft, creamy cheese may not look like a muscle food at first glance, but it's actually one of the best natural sources of whey protein. Whey is the fastest digesting protein your body can absorb, and it contains high levels of leucine, the amino acid that flips the switch for muscle building. Science backs this up. Research published in the Journal of Nutrition has shown that leucine-rich whey protein stimulates muscle protein synthesis more effectively than most other proteins, especially in older adults whose muscles don't respond as strongly as they used to. Now, that's why ricotta is such a powerful, simple choice. So, how can you use it? Try spreading half a cup of ricotta on whole grain toast at breakfast, stirring it into oatmeal, or blending it into a fruit smoothie. It's versatile, easy to digest, and can be both sweet or savory depending on how you prepare it. One caution: while ricotta is healthy, it can also be high in fat depending on the brand. If you're concerned about heart health or cholesterol, choose part skim ricotta for the protein benefits without excess saturated fat. Ricotta cheese gives your muscles the quick fuel they need to repair and grow, and it's delicious, affordable, and far less processed than any powder. But protein isn't just about speed. Sometimes your muscles need better circulation to get the nutrients where they're needed most. And that's where our next food comes in. At number 7, we have watermelon. Most people think of watermelon as just a refreshing summer treat, but for seniors, it can be a secret weapon against muscle loss. That's because watermelon is rich in citrulline, a natural amino acid that your body converts into arginine and then into nitric oxide. Nitric oxide helps relax and widen your blood vessels, improving circulation and delivering more oxygen and nutrients to your muscles right when they need it. Better blood flow means faster recovery, less soreness, and stronger performance in daily activities. In reality, many older adults who add watermelon or citrulline rich foods to their diet notice better circulation, less fatigue, and quicker recovery after physical activity. This shows how powerful a simple food can be when it supports your muscles from the inside out. So, how do you add it to your day? Simply enjoy 1 to 2 cups of fresh watermelon as a snack, or blend it into a hydrating smoothie. It's naturally sweet, low in calories, and full of water, so it also keeps you hydrated. Another crucial factor for muscle function. A quick caution. Watermelon does contain natural sugar. If you're diabetic or watching your blood sugar, keep portions moderate and pair it with protein or healthy fats like a handful of nuts to keep levels steady. Watermelon gives your muscles the circulation boost they need to perform and recover. But muscles also rely on long-term building blocks: protein, omega-3s, and minerals that strengthen both muscle and bone. And for that, food number 6 is one of the most underrated treasures in your pantry. At number 6, we have canned salmon with bones. This might not sound glamorous, but it's one of the most complete muscle foods you can buy, and it's affordable. Canned salmon gives you 3 powerful nutrients in one: high quality protein to repair muscle fibers, omega-3 fatty acids to reduce inflammation, and calcium from the soft, edible bones to keep your muscles and skeleton working together. In reality, seniors who regularly eat oily fish like salmon often report better joint comfort, improved strength, and more steady energy throughout the day. Omega-3s don't just protect your heart, they also enhance your muscles' ability to respond to protein, making every meal work harder for you. And the calcium in those soft bones helps prevent bone loss, which is critical because muscles are only as strong as the frame that supports them. So, how do you use it? Simply open a can and enjoy half to 1 can mixed into a salad, mashed with a little olive oil on whole grain toast, or stirred into a warm grain bowl with vegetables. It's quick, tasty, and much cheaper than buying fresh fillets every week. A quick caution: some canned salmon can be high in sodium. Look for no salt added or low sodium versions whenever possible, especially if you have high blood pressure. Canned salmon with bones is proof that you don't need fancy supplements to protect your muscles, just smart choices from everyday foods. And speaking of everyday foods, our next one is something small and humble. Let's find out what this little food is and why it's one of the best muscle building choices you can eat. At number 5, we have the humble whole egg. For years, eggs were misunderstood, with many people avoiding them because of cholesterol fears. But in reality, eggs are one of nature's most complete muscle building foods. Each egg contains high quality protein, vitamin D, choline, and essential fatty acids. Everything your muscles, bones, and nerves need to work together. From a science perspective, eggs are unique because the yolk and the white work in harmony. The white delivers clean protein, while the yolk adds vitamins, minerals, and healthy fats that improve protein absorption. In fact, research has shown that eating whole eggs stimulates more muscle growth than eating egg whites alone. That's why I recommend enjoying the entire egg, not just part of it. In reality, seniors who include eggs in their daily meals often notice steadier energy, improved muscle tone, and even better balance, since eggs also support brain and nerve function. How should you eat them? The best way is simple. Enjoy 1 to 2 eggs per day, boiled, poached, or lightly scrambled with vegetables. Pairing eggs with greens or whole grains makes for a balanced, nutrient dense meal. A quick caution: if you have high cholesterol or heart disease, you don't need to cut eggs out completely, but you should discuss with your doctor how many are right for you. For most healthy seniors, an egg or two per day is perfectly safe and extremely beneficial. Eggs are small, affordable, and easy to prepare, yet they deliver one of the most powerful nutrient packages for your muscles. But protein alone isn't enough. To truly maximize muscle repair, your body also needs help from the gut. And that's where food number 4 comes in: kefir, a fermented dairy drink that's like yogurt but thinner and even more powerful for your muscles. Kefir is rich in high quality protein, but what makes it truly special is its probiotics, the beneficial bacteria that keep your gut healthy. Why does this matter for muscles? Because a strong gut helps you absorb more nutrients, meaning the protein you eat is used more effectively to repair and rebuild muscle tissue. From a science perspective, studies on probiotics have shown that they improve nutrient absorption, reduce inflammation, and even enhance recovery after physical stress. For seniors, this is vital because as we age, our gut can become less efficient at extracting the nutrients we need. Kefir helps bridge that gap. In reality, many older adults who switch from sugary flavored yogurts to plain kefir find they digest dairy more comfortably, feel less bloated, and enjoy steadier energy. It's one of those small daily habits that quietly strengthen your foundation. How should you use it? A simple serving is 1 cup of plain kefir each day. Drink it straight, blend it into a smoothie with fruit, or pour it over oatmeal instead of milk. It's versatile, light, and refreshing. A quick caution: avoid flavored or sweetened kefir products, which can contain as much sugar as a soda. Always choose plain, unsweetened kefir and add your own fruit or cinnamon if you like more flavor. Kefir proves that building muscle isn't just about protein. It's also about how well your body uses that protein. And speaking of smart protein sources, our next food is affordable, filling, and plant-based, perfect for balancing your diet. At number 3, let's talk about black beans. These humble legumes are one of the most underrated muscle foods, especially for seniors. They're packed with plant-based protein, fiber, iron, and magnesium, all of which are essential for keeping your muscles strong and your energy steady. Unlike refined carbs, black beans digest slowly, giving you long-lasting fuel without sharp spikes in blood sugar. From a science perspective, diets rich in legumes have consistently been linked to healthier aging. Research published in the British Journal of Nutrition shows that older adults who eat beans regularly maintain better muscle mass and physical function compared to those who don't. The combination of protein and fiber also helps regulate blood sugar, which is critical because unstable sugar levels can weaken muscle repair. In reality, many seniors find that swapping just a few meat-heavy meals each week for bean-based dishes not only saves money but also improves digestion and energy. Black beans in particular are gentle, filling, and versatile. So how do you use them? The best way is to start with dried black beans. Rinse them thoroughly, then soak for 8 to 12 hours or overnight. This soaking step removes some of the starches that cause gas and makes them easier to digest. After soaking, drain, rinse again, and cook them in fresh water by simmering gently for about 60-90 minutes until tender. You can also use a pressure cooker to reduce cooking time to about 25 to 30 minutes. If you prefer convenience, low sodium canned black beans are a good option. Just be sure to rinse them under running water for at least 30 seconds. This can reduce sodium by up to 40%. Once cooked, aim for about half a cup per serving. Black beans can be added to vegetable soups, blended into spreads or dips, tossed into grain bowls, or simply seasoned with olive oil, garlic, and herbs for a nourishing side dish. Preparing a larger batch and storing portions in the fridge or freezer makes it easy to add them to meals throughout the week. A quick caution: beans can cause gas if you're not used to them. To reduce this, soak dried beans overnight before cooking, or rinse canned beans thoroughly to wash away excess starch. Gradually increase your intake so your body adjusts comfortably. Black beans prove that muscle food doesn't have to be expensive or complicated. And while they give you steady fuel, your muscles also need better circulation and oxygen delivery to perform at their best. At number 2, we have beets and beet juice. These vibrant red roots are more than just colorful. They're one of the best natural foods for circulation and muscle performance. Beets are rich in dietary nitrates, which your body converts into nitric oxide. Nitric oxide widens blood vessels, allowing more oxygen and nutrients to reach your muscles. Better circulation means your muscles recover faster, feel less sore, and perform more efficiently, whether you're walking, climbing stairs, or exercising. In reality, many seniors who add roasted beets or a small glass of beet juice to their routine notice they can walk longer, feel less fatigued, and even enjoy better stamina in daily activities. It's a simple food that works almost like a natural pre-workout for older adults. So how should you use it? You can enjoy 1-2 cup of roasted or boiled beets as a side dish, add shredded raw beets to salads, or blend them into smoothies with fruit. If you prefer juice, limit it to about 150 milliliters, 3 to 5 ounces. That's enough to give your body the benefits without overdoing it. Drinking beet juice about an hour before activity can be especially helpful for endurance. A quick caution: because beets naturally lower blood pressure, seniors who already take hypertension medication should check with their doctor before making beet juice a daily habit. And don't be alarmed if your urine or stool turns reddish after eating beets. That's harmless and perfectly normal. Beets are like rocket fuel for your muscles, delivering more oxygen and power when you need it most. But there's one food that brings it all together: protein, omega-3s, vitamin D, and calcium in a single affordable package. Finish your meal with the ultimate superfood. And finally, at number 1, we have sardines packed in olive oil. These tiny fish may look simple, but they're one of the most nutrient-dense foods you can eat for muscle health after 60. Sardines provide high-quality protein to repair muscle fibers, omega-3 fatty acids to reduce inflammation, vitamin D to support bone and muscle strength, and calcium from their soft, edible bones. That's 4 powerful benefits in one small package. From a scientific perspective, diets rich in oily fish have been linked to stronger muscles and lower risk of sarcopenia in seniors. Omega-3s in particular make your muscles more responsive to protein, which means the protein you eat works harder to rebuild strength. In reality, many older adults who add sardines to their diet a few times a week notice they feel lighter, more energized, and even experience less joint stiffness. And because sardines are small, they don't accumulate the heavy metals found in larger fish, making them one of the safest seafood options. So, how should you eat them? A practical serving is half to 1 can of sardines drained 2 to 3 times per week. Enjoy them straight from the can with whole grain crackers, toss them into salads, or mash them with a little mustard or lemon juice for a spread. Always choose sardines packed in olive oil for the added heart healthy fats, and avoid those in cheap refined oils or heavy sauces. A quick caution: sardines can be salty. If you need to manage your sodium intake, look for low sodium brands and drain off the oil before eating. Sardines are proof that big strength can come from small foods. With them, along with ricotta, watermelon, salmon, eggs, kefir, black beans, and beets, you now have 8 powerful natural tools to fight muscle loss without ever touching a tub of protein powder. Here's how simple it can look when you put these foods together into a single day. Imagine starting your morning with a slice of whole grain toast spread with creamy ricotta cheese, topped with a few pieces of fresh watermelon. Right there, you're giving your body fast absorbing protein from the ricotta and circulation boosting citrulline from the watermelon. A powerful start for your muscles. At lunch, you could enjoy a colorful salad built on black beans, leafy greens, and vegetables, with a hard boiled egg sliced on top. That meal combines plant protein, fiber, and antioxidants from the beans with the complete protein and vitamin D from the egg, giving your muscles both fuel and recovery nutrients in one plate. In the afternoon, instead of reaching for a cookie or crackers, a simple glass of plain kefir or a small beet smoothie can do wonders. The kefir provides probiotics that help your gut absorb nutrients more efficiently, while the beets give you a natural boost of oxygen delivery to your muscles, perfect for keeping your energy steady. And for dinner, picture a plate of sardines or canned salmon served over a bed of fresh greens with roasted beets on the side. That dish delivers high quality protein, omega 3 fatty acids, vitamin D, calcium, and nitrates, all the key building blocks your muscles need to repair and stay strong overnight. The goal with this simple template is clear: aim for 25 to 30 grams of protein at each meal, not just at dinner. Spread your protein evenly across breakfast, lunch, and dinner, so your muscles get a steady supply all day long. And make sure that at least one or two of the foods from this list appear in every meal. This way, you're not only feeding your muscles, you're protecting your bones, your joints, and your energy with every bite. Of course, even the healthiest foods work best when they fit your individual needs. If you're living with kidney disease, high blood pressure, or cholesterol concerns, remember that portion control is key. More protein isn't always better. Your body can only use so much at once, and the rest puts extra strain on your kidneys and liver. That's why it's important to check in with your healthcare provider before making major changes, especially if you're adding foods rich in protein, sodium, or potassium. Real food is powerful medicine, but like all medicine, it has to be used wisely. And food alone is not the full answer. To truly stop muscle loss, you need to combine the right nutrition with regular movement. Muscles respond to challenge. When you use them, you signal your body to keep them alive and strong. That doesn't mean lifting heavy weights in a gym, because it can be as simple as a 20-minute walk every day, climbing stairs instead of taking the elevator, practicing light resistance exercises with bands, or even gentle chair squats at home. These small, consistent movements work hand in hand with your meals, telling your body, yes, I need this strength. Don't let it go. So the formula is simple but powerful. Eat smart, move daily, and listen to your body. When you combine these 8 natural foods with steady, regular activity, you're giving yourself the best possible chance to stay strong, mobile, and independent for decades to come. So now you know the truth. You don't need tubs of protein powder to stay strong after 60. Instead, 8 simple, affordable foods: ricotta, watermelon, canned salmon, eggs, kefir, black beans, beets, and sardines can protect your muscles, restore your energy, and keep you independent as you age. Combine them with daily movement, and you have a recipe for lasting strength. Now I want to hear from you. Which of these foods do you already eat, and which one will you try adding to your meals this week? Share your answer in the comments below. Your story might inspire someone else who's also fighting muscle loss. And before you go, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. Every week, I share practical, science based tips to help you stay active, energetic, and confident in your 60s, 70s, and beyond. Remember, it's never too late to rebuild your strength, as long as you give your body the right foods and keep moving forward.